Good afternoon. It is Friday, or at least it's Friday for me. I am driving home, somewhat slowly this time. Apparently there's a stalled vehicle coming up. So yay, traffic. I'm very happy that it is Friday. Not really happy about this drive home, especially because it, like I said, going very slow compared to what I should be for this part of my drive. So wondering, how long it's going to take me to get home, what I'm going to do. Kind of crazy. So I'm curious though, since it's Friday, I'm curious as to what your weekend looks like. What do you do on the weekend? What do you do Friday night? What do you do Saturday? What do you do Sunday? Do you go to church? Most of the people who watch this video go to church. I know that because most of the people who watch it are friends or family, and for the most part, most of them go to church. So Sunday is church, right? We spend a lot of time doing church activities. I think we got something going on this weekend that is church friends, outside of church. I think we're doing Christmas carols this weekend. Could be wrong. I don't remember. That's what Mama's for. My wife keeps track of all that stuff. She lets me know where I need to be when. Other than that, it's go to work and come home, right? So, yeah. Hi, honey. I can't remember for the life of me when things are, where we're supposed to be when. It is, I completely and totally rely on my wife for that stuff. We even have family calendar on our iPhones, so that it all shares and syncs, and anything she puts in there I see, anything I put in there she sees. I still forget. I don't look at it. I don't keep track of it as well as I should, and that of course slows the whole process down. So I don't remember where we're supposed to be or when things are happening. I have a hard enough time remembering my own kids' birthdays, much less my birthday or anybody else's birthday. So it makes life interesting. I'd probably forget Christmas if it wasn't the same day every year, because I don't remember that stuff. Anyway, weekends. What's your weekend look like? What do you do? Normally on Fridays, as long as we're not involved in something else, normally on Friday we do pizza night. We usually make homemade pizza. It's almost always the same. We change it up a little bit every now and then, but for the most part it's the same stuff. We're pretty easygoing as far as that goes. Just pepperoni and cheese makes it simpler for us and the girls. So we try to do pizza. We try to do movie night on Fridays. Try to get the whole family to sit down and watch a movie. What kind of ends up happening is that either I or Dana ends up sitting and watching the movie while the girls stop watching it and go play. Even if it's a movie, even if it's one of their movies, they're always wanting to go play and go see what's going on instead of just watching the movie. So that the little ones are 5 and 3. What are you gonna do, right? The 15-year-old will start, and then we'll go up into her room. But for the most part, we watch movies and have pizza on Fridays. That's pretty much our Friday. And Saturday is odd. Saturdays are weird. Some Saturdays it feels like we don't have anything going on. so we want to try to clean, and we want to try to make the house nice and do some other stuff. And so we do that, and spend all Saturday doing that. Other Saturdays, we don't do hardly anything. And I'll sit around watching TV or playing a game. Dana will sit around watching TV or reading a book or something. The girls will play in the playroom and watch their shows. And all of a sudden Saturday's over and we've not done hardly anything. Some weeks I really enjoy those Saturdays. I feel like I could use one of those Saturdays tonight. I don't think I'm going to get it this weekend, but I could use one. Christmas time always kind of does that to me, where I feel like I want a Saturday of nothingness, and we just don't get them. So, makes life fun and exciting and interesting. There, that was fun. I'm sure you enjoyed that. Adjusting the camera. Well, what's your weekend look like? What do you do Saturday? Do you get up early? I used to get up on Saturday mornings and go to a men's Bible study, and I really enjoyed it. It's a good Bible study. I'd kind of like to go back. It's kind of hard to do with little kids and a wife who's been with the little kids all week. She doesn't get a whole lot of time without them around. So for me to leave on a Saturday morning for a couple hours, it's just like, well, that's like every morning. Can I not have a morning where you're around and I don't have to do every single thing for them? Makes it a little different if I stay around. So it's kind of harder to do. I think as the girls get a little older, I will probably go back because I do enjoy it. It's a good time. It's a men's Bible study, and it's always good. It's good fellowship. It's good study. It's good time. It's just hard. It's hard to do with little kids. There's a lot of things that are hard to do with little kids. So, anyway. Yeah. Weekends. What's your weekend like? What do you do? I'm curious. I want to know. Do you spend it cleaning? My family growing up, we used to clean every Saturday morning. We would spend hours. It felt like all day. It really wasn't that long. Cleaning the house, where we would have to do everything. Clean the bathrooms, we dust, we vacuum. Everybody pitched in. Mom, Dad, all four of us. We're all doing cleanup of some kind. Clean your room, clean whatever. And we don't do that so much now. We could, but we don't. I don't know if that's a kid's age thing. I don't know if that's a kid's age thing or if it's just a kid thing or a different parent thing. Dana might do it, but typically when she starts cleaning, she kind of wants me out of the way, because if I'm doing whatever it is, if I'm cleaning something in the same space that she is, she doesn't like it. It gets her messed up and she gets distracted and wants to throw me out of the house. So we don't generally have that same sort of, we're gonna clean first thing till it's done. So I don't know, it's what it is, I guess. That's the weekend. Last thing I want to talk about today is just my tip number 2. So you had to watch to the end to get tip number 2. See what I did there? That's amazing. Tip number 2 is, if you've made your drive, your commute, not about the drive and not about the length of the drive, you do want to think about the length of the drive for one reason. Find something to fill that time. one of the easiest ways to fill it I've found is with podcasts. Now, podcasts are awesome because they are radio, but they're for your phone or for whatever. If you've got Bluetooth in your car, most cars have Bluetooth now. You can download your podcast, put it into your phone, and then listen to it whenever you want. Oh, that's nice. There's an accident on the other side of the road. So that would be why we are going really slow. And podcast. So you listen to them, you subscribe to them, people put them out with different regularity. It really is like radio, only better. Some of them have commercial breaks in them, typical ads, that kind of thing. Others just go the whole time. They're pretty amazing, though, because you can listen to a podcast on any subject. I listen to a bunch of them, and I will probably go through them all next week. Spend a day and I'll talk about the ones that I listen to and why I like them. But I would definitely recommend you look for some podcasts. You can find them on literally any subject, from stuff that really is not safe for work to stuff that is just very religious, to things about games, to things about books, to things about TV shows and comics, to pop culture, to really in-depth Bible study and scripture, and really anything. So if there's a subject you are interested in, someone is doing a podcast about it. And if they're not, maybe you should start one. There you go. There's my tip. Then you could record your own podcast on the way home, kind of like I'm recording these videos. So we'll talk about podcasts some more next week. I'll tell you the ones I listen to, tell you why I listen to them and what I like about them, and introduce you, hopefully, to some pretty interesting people along the way. It's pretty amazing the things that folks do on their podcasts. So, yeah, I got nothing else. That's it. Bye-bye. See you later. Have a good weekend.